Hey folks, my name is Pravus and welcome to more After Ink Revival as we continue with our Mega Brutal Guide series. So we have finished up with campaign number 1, now we are moving on to campaign number 2, Critical Mass. And you'd be tempted to think, oh well, a new campaign, the first couple of missions should be pretty easy, right? Wrong, this picks up where the last campaign left off in terms of difficulty, and some of these missions get very, very tough. Now the reason the devs did that is because in order to move on to campaign 2, you're already going to have all of these rewards making your life easier, so they had to ramp things up. If you're smart though, before you start with Mega Brutal, you're going to do what I did on this account and play through all of the maps on an easier difficulty because there are some more rewards to unlock, some of which are going to be quite good. Examples will include Pathfinders, where your fighters now have a chance at reducing your adjacent claim and exploring costs whenever they're idle. So fighters are now worth more than they used to be, and they can save you some stamina. We've also got larger storages, we've got fire pits, mills, toilets, and the most important change is diversity. Like your leaders, your traits are going to be randomized at the beginning of every game. To make up for this, there's going to be a chance of getting some bonus traits, and with these rewards, you make them more powerful. So it's hard to predict what you're going to get. From here on out, I can't help you with that, but there is a chance you're going to get some very overpowered starts. Let's see what we get this time around on Signs of Life. Early on in the outbreak, 2 bunkers were built in the same region. Now the survivors emerge to reunite and forge a better future together, or some such nonsense. Okay, leaders, have we played with the Hermit yet on this? I don't think we have. The Hermit can be good on some maps if you remember the map like the back of your hand, because you get extra production if there is an unexplored region adjacent to an area you control. But if you have explored everything, you get a production penalty. This is a problem when you need to make sure the zombies don't give you a surprise attack. So in certain areas where it's safe, this can be great. Other times, it's not so good. As far as our traits, what do we get? Zombie defense, population, resources, no thank you. Production, fighters, resources, that's actually pretty good. And then an extra population or resources right off the start. Now I'm gonna go for the production and the fighter. That's actually a very, very solid start. Who could possibly say no to that? Play on Mega Brutal, call it Uniton, and let's begin. Now, of course, I'm gonna show you the map first. I know some people don't like that I do this, but it's really helpful to understand what you are looking at because all I can do is provide you a framework, not an exact build order. So in this map, we have 2 forests next to us, which is very, very good. We've also got a lot of food down to the south, but there is an infestation that could contend with us. The center of the map is going to be hotly contested pretty much all the time, and our objectives are going to be pushing us to fight a lot. In fact, this is a very combat-centered map. If you can turtle down, though, you'll be fine. Our objectives are to first produce some food, which we'll do from 1 scavenge, so no big deal. Then we need to claim a marked area just across the river and use that to find another bunker. That's a special project that costs you some stamina. After that, we reach Technology 3, get Population 7, then explore a marked area on the other side of the map, open the bunker, and then we have to defeat a zombie horde and maintain 70% morale. That horde can ruin you if you are not prepared and don't know what to do. So follow along, folks. It gets rough. Let's settle down over here, explore up to the north. Of course, I'm going to go for a couple of quick scavenges. We're going to get some food going. We're going to go for a bit of water. 3 production, by the way, which is nice. Get our toilet and queue up a couple of tents. Then place down the fighter in the center. And you're going to see there's a little icon right here showing that he is exploring. I don't know how frequently he is going to reduce the cost, but I mean, anything is helpful. Anything that saves you stamina at the beginning of the game is pretty darn great. We're going to claim the forested area right away. Then we're going to start working on some firewood splitting because I'd like to have a bit of resources before winter is going to hit. We could actually disband the fighter if we want to for the early game stamina. That would be a very bold choice. I don't really recommend it, but it is something that we could do. Let's actually go ahead and get ourselves a food storage, and then we'll get ourselves a lumber yard. Just get that going. I don't want my food going to waste. Starting with a wolf attack, huh? Good thing we already have a fighter, huh? That's going to make my life a lot easier. Okay, we call that a little bit lucky. Get some extra food, and now we don't have to worry about the dogs probably from here on out. I'm going to explore over here to the left so I can get myself some extra food. With this extra pop, I will get myself a fire pit. We also need to get what? We already have our firewood splitter there. We do need to get another well, so let's do that. Then claim this region so we can start working on food production if I want to. We also need to explore up over here. I'm hoping to see that we get some freebies from the fighter any second now, but we may or may not. Since I'm sitting on this much food, I actually do think I want to go for the next level of tech right away. because that'll, one, consume a bunch of food before winter hits, so we're not going to be wasting up all of our storage spots. But also it means I can build a little bit taller, and also I know I need some extra power for my fighters. Let's explore up here to the northwest and try to go to this smoky area pretty much right away. In fact, I will go ahead and start exploring it right now. With the technology, we can then get ourselves some improved housing or some kitchens just to keep our morale higher. And unfortunately, I do need to get one more well, since it looks like people are getting uppity. Now, we're going to claim this region, and we're going to move our fighter here. This might antagonize the zombies. It did not. Okay, if it didn't, that's fine. We're going to taunt them. You do not want to run in here and attack the zombies. Otherwise, you will trigger the infestation, and you will lose everything. That would be bad. So trust me, just don't do it. Don't fall for it. I'm going to get myself some storage and another firewood splitter here, since I want to make sure we have as much firewood as possible. Here come those zombies. Stash up a lot of stamina at this point. You want to have about 7 or so. That's what we're shooting for, because as soon as we claim this region, we have some special projects we want to knock down before the zombies come and attack us. No guarantee that it works, I'm afraid. This is where some luck comes into play. You might end up being fine, and you very much might not. So we're going to go ahead and claim this now. Let's go ahead and wait for that to process, then go to our project, search Town Hall and a police station, and then we're going to do a construction yard. And the zombies are on their way. Gosh dang it. All right, we have to get in here. Try to explore this region. I don't think it's going to matter if we get surprise attacked. We did not, thank God. But here come reinforcements. I think we just lost. Yes, pretty sure. Double checking. We could get a fighter right now. Let's just try to salvage this. This is already going to be a pretty terrible setup for me. Debunk. We got 2 free stamina. I'll take it. Thank you. I need that for the scavenging of fuel twice, so we can get a little bit of firewood. We might survive this. Throwing away food right now is a terrible idea. All right, fine. We have to do it. Lose some morale. That sucks. Are we actually going to win this fight? Holy crap, we did. Okay, I did not think we were going to stabilize right there. Most of the time, you just outright lose. But there we go. All right, we have finished the objective. Pull back. If we now lose this from here, I don't care. It's completely fine. We just really didn't want to lose it right then and there. I'm going to go ahead and do some scavenging for food, get myself a grain field for when the winter ends so we can get some extra food that away. And now I'm trying to think about how we're going to make good use of our hermit. So if I leave this region unexplored, we can do that. And that'll make this forest and this forest better. So I'll go ahead and explore here. I can explore down here to try to get more food, and if I leave this open and then work around it, maybe we can get a lot of production bonuses in all the areas I care about. That's what I'm going to shoot for. We're going to see. Yeah, you guys go ahead and run in here and take this. I do not care. Go ahead. Do we lose this? I did not know you lose that pop-up if there were zombies there. Okay, well, that's gone. That could have been something really good. It could be fighter strength. It could be extra water production. It could have been a lot of good stuff. We just lost it entirely. Interesting. Was not aware that that was a thing, but all right. Let's go ahead and get myself a quick kitchen. I'm going to stack up another shack. We're going to claim some regions in just a minute. Grab the food, all that. What do we have here? Beekeepers. We don't really have fruit on this map, so I don't think that these are useful. We're just going to go ahead and take the morale and pray no one has an allergic reaction. They did not. We're fine. Let's claim this forested region and immediately get myself a couple more firewood splitters, and that should take care of things. So yeah, losing this area should suck, you would think. It really doesn't matter, though, because pretty soon we are going to have to fight here a lot. And if I have to keep letting the zombies stack up in these infestations and attack me, I only can have one reinforcement point. It is better to force them to cross the bridge where I have my settlement and fighters able to defend, and you'll see why that works in a bit. The problem is now we have to have a new service, which is burying people when they die, otherwise you lose some more of your morale. So we'll go ahead and do all that just to fix our morale issues. Don't want that, obviously, but be aware that that is going to be a problem. Explore over here if you can, just because this is a place where the zombies are going to attack you pretty frequently, and you'd really rather avoid some of that. I need to get to tech level 3, and our impatience is going to be kicking in here pretty darn soon. I think we're okay as far as morale for the most part. Let's get another fire pit. It's a larger fire pit, so it provides more services, but it also costs more morale, which kind of sucks. Let's give some fluids here. Just waiting to get up to level 5 stamina. Then we are going to quickly go for technology level 3 before the impatience gets too bad. I need to worry about getting some more wood production here. Good news is with the second forest, it's actually fairly cheap for us to continue with this expansion. So we'll do that, and I'll do another scavenge since I'm currently out of things, and this will just kind of keep my economy going for very, 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 very cheap. There's the technology, so we finish with that. The fighters get a little bit stronger. Now we need to get 3 more houses. and start going for population level 7. This means we need to build up our economy very, very aggressively. Can't do this event right now until we get a little bit more lumber. Let's go ahead and keep building out that lumber yard. We could get some more food. No, we can't. We need to claim this. Puppies found. This is sad. We're going to eat them. There's a 50% chance we lose morale. That sucks. But the extra food actually does make your life a lot easier. So, I mean, like, you just... Look, sometimes you just got to eat a puppy, okay? I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it any more than you are, just sometimes you have to. Notice, by the way, that we did just have a little thing pop up for 2 stamina in order to get a medium storage. So we're going to be able to start stacking up a lot more on that front. Let's get another toilet upgrade. I'm just trying to keep my morale afloat. It's going to be very easy for it to go into the negative here. Stamina paused. Gosh, dang it. We didn't stack up enough wood. I spent it all too fast. That was my bad. Should not have done that. Hey, the pop-up comes back. Nice! All right, well, we got some medicine. That's one of the worst things we could have gotten, but, I mean, all right, fine, whatever. No stamina for a bit does suck. A good thing is we did get our morale figured out. We're about to get some more population, though, so we're about to completely tank it again. We need to get more stamina. Get up to... Whoa! Okay, we got up to 8. Yeah, that's the thing about having your stamina paused, is it's still generating just, like, in the background waiting for you. So all of a sudden, lo and behold, you have a ton to work with. Let's get some medium storages going for my firewood. I just need to start building up enough population to survive winters. That's the hard part from right now, because your morale is going to start fluctuating a lot, and it is very, very helpful to have large storages to work with. More technology isn't a bad idea either. Let's get ourselves a charcoal pit. Let's get ourselves a vegetable farm. We've got enough time for a little bit more production. Not a lot, but at least a little bit. We can get some more storage going for probably our food, and we want to get more for our fuel as well. The good news is, because we've explored so many regions, getting additional fuel is pretty cheap. It's still only 1 stamina. So when winter comes, if I don't have enough, we'll probably be okay. Let's get that small tavern going. The wood is coming back to kill me here. We're now in the negative on our morale. Bad when you're about to go into winter. Let's go ahead and do a couple more scavenges of some wood. Make sure we are stacking up a lot of it so that this fixes itself, which it should do pretty darn quick. Thank God we didn't have another stamina paused. I was kind of expecting that to happen, and that would have sucked. Let's get ourselves the town square, since people are getting very antsy about all of that. Come on, why is that morale so bad? Why is that morale so bad? It shouldn't be. It's because the water keeps running out. We should have an excess, but it just doesn't quite build up since that fire hit us. Come on, get back into the positive. Here come some of the zombies. All right, they're going to run across the bridge, and they're pretty much instantly going to die. I should have another shack, so more population's on the way. What would be very helpful right now is to get to technology level 4, because once you get to 7 pops, they're going to have demands that you cannot meet with your current setup. This is one of the reasons I wanted to have a lot of extra food stacked up, because I knew there was a good chance I was going to have to do something like this. Let's go ahead and do one quick scavenge for some fuel. Can I do a cheap one for some food? We can. Let's just go ahead and do that just to pad our coffers a little bit. Make sure we don't lose anything important. Gonna get a makeshift carpenter because people do tend to demand that. We found a medicine region. That's another thing people do tend to demand. There's our population level 7. We can send some fuel over here. We'll be fine. Food is looking a little bit bare. Let's do another scavenging. We're about to finish this objective. So now we need to explore a marked area all the way over here. And that's going to be kind of annoying for us. Lots of stamina are going to go down the drain in getting that. The small healing hut would make sense if I had any way of getting some medicine, which at the moment I do not. I really wanted this region, to be honest. It's got like some deer in it, I think. Or maybe this is more grain. I think this one has deer. Well, either way. We'll explore down over here. More food production so we can get through the summers and stuff will be great. Grain fields are good. We do have the extra bonus grain from one of my rewards, so that'll be helpful. I need to explore regions down here and just try to make it easier for me to clear out this infestation. Once this infestation is down, I mean, defending against zombies is going to be reasonably easy for at least a bit. You'll see in a bit. Let's get a kitchen. Let's get some improved housing. Just trying to keep that morale high. Settlers are interested in politics. Chance of unrest. I mean, I love the extra stamina if your people are happy, but I really don't want to lose any authority. I'd rather just go for the higher score there. So we'll just do that. Hopefully that ends up being fine. Explore this region. We have to go down there anyway. I know it's costing me a lot of stamina. It just is what it is. And I'm going to taunt these zombies out of here just because they're kind of annoying me that they exist. All right? That's just all it is to it. They're just kind of annoying me. So now we're producing a stupid amount of food. So this is why I'm not worried about food here. Just having lots of storage makes sense. And we're going to be fine when it comes to things like our firewood as well. So let's claim this region, wait for these zombies to get dealt with, then we're going to clear out this infestation. We can continue exploring over here to the west, and we kind of have to. I do want to clear out these zombies, so let's move over in this direction. We want to get ourselves, so how are we doing on water? Plenty, but let's get a storage to be safe, because I don't want to have, there we go, a fire event go off that could get me killed, which is exactly what this is going to be trying to do. Okay, we didn't lose any stamina. Thank God for that. Can we get ourselves an herb garden? Then I can worry about getting a medical hut, and that should take care of a lot of our happiness needs for at least a little bit. Now we'll cleanse this, take care of you, get the healing hut. Perfect. All right. So we should have enough water, we should have enough food, we should have enough firewood. The only thing we're really lacking is honestly going to be logs, but I can't afford to sit around anymore. I have to keep exploring, or else we're going to have lots of impatience build up. We're only 2 regions away. It's just very, very expensive to get there. Once we get there, then we are going to have to open a bunker. I highly, highly, highly recommend you do not open the bunker. Do not do it quite yet. You want to make sure you have at least a 3rd fighter ready to go, if not even more technology ready to go. Trust me on this one. It's really, really important you don't screw that one up. As far as services, how are we looking? We should be pretty good to go. I don't mind getting another toilet and kitchen. And as far as this, let's get some extra food, and then probably want to get a little bit more firewood generation. We can do a lot of help here to get a builder hut, so that is a new thing we could build. It's a random chance. Gives me what? Reduced chance of maintenance, so less likely that we keep consuming all of our logs. Actually, what I need to do is just keep going for some more lumber yards. That's what I need. All right, so now they want me to open the bunker. This is a special project. It costs you 5 stamina. So I'm going to go ahead and spoil this for you. Once you do that, you are going to have a massive horde of zombies come and attack you. And if you don't have your defenses, you're going to die. More often than not, they like to attack right here, which means you only can get 1 person defending, which is why I'm actually okay with losing this region. It is better for them all to run here, where I'm going to be at my strongest, all right? That's the reason we are going to be doing that. Let's get ourselves more storage there. Let's get a couple more storages here. I know that's a lot of stamina going to storage. Just trust me, it's worth it. I'm going to take a chance at food poisoning. We lost something here. Food poisoning just means we lose some water. It was better than throwing away 30 food, okay? 30 food is still a lot of food under any circumstance. You can't convince me it's not. All right, so I think at this point, what I want to do is train up 1 more fighter, and then we are going to open the bunker right around when winter starts. All right, let's go ahead and get that fighter going. The fighter takes a long time, but it's going to take a while for the zombies to reach me, which is why I'm not really worried about it. Gosh dang it, 12 food I can afford to lose. 12 food is fine, it's just the amount we had before was ridiculous. So waiting just 1 more tick, there it goes. Let's open up the bunker. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. What's the pop-up say? Hurrah, we can get in now. Oh no, it's full of zombies. They're headed for the surface. Run for your lives. Yeah. So there's like 200 strength of zombies that just broke 3, and they're going to be trickling in here pretty aggressively. So, yeah, that's why we wanted to be ready for that. Let's make sure we keep our morale nice and high, because after we deal with the zombie horde, we're going to need very high morale, so you might as well just throw everything you've got in making this as high as possible, because that's going to be your win condition. At this point, I have plenty of food and firewood storage. I'm not worried about it at all. The only thing I can do to make myself even better at this point is try to go for the next level of tech, which would make my fighters stronger and give me even more stuff that I can do. I'm going to place my fighter right along here. Now, my only fear is that for some reason the zombies come along here and then try to surprise attack me. That would be very, very smart of them, but they're not going to do that because they're dumb zombies. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I'm already using up all my food because I did that. The tech is kind of expensive, but I should be able to do lots of scavenging missions for some food, and we're going to be fine. Like, we can keep ourselves afloat, I think. Here comes the first round. They're getting dangerously close. There's 55 strength over there. They're going to come in waves, most likely. That's just kind of how they work. Training grounds is not a bad idea. This does boost up your fighter strength. You need some stone, which I do now have the technology for, but the stone is right here where I've left this unexplored. So we're going to ignore that. Instead, I want to go for the basic workshop, which is going to make the... actually, that takes stone too, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't do that. What about the marketplace? That doesn't. We can make people happy this way. Do I even care, to be honest? No, what's more important is actually just scavenging food, because if I run out of food, I'm going to lose my morale. If I lose my morale, we're in trouble. All right, here comes 77. I'm going to spend stamina and preemptively taunt them before the wave can coalesce anymore. Let's just go ahead and deal with these guys and draw them in. Really? Unrest now? Terrible timing for that. Thank you. All right, we'll pull back a fighter over here, and then I'm going to use the fighter and say, stop it! Lose some morale. Well, hopefully it doesn't get me below 70%. Now we're killing off all these zombies. There we go. Progress. Progress. It's not enough. It doesn't finish it. The rest are still on their way, but there we go. We'll take armored. Good chance that people do not take damage in combat. Keep coming, zombies. You're all taking too long. All right, they're taking a very long time to get over here. This is sometimes where you need to just, like, go and get them, because we're going to start getting impatient at some point. We're very strong. We should be able to handle it. I guess I'll just go ahead and take the marketplace. It's fine. Get another lumberyard. It's also fine. Send some wood over here. Okay, cool. Come on, zombies. Get over here. I see you guys. I see you. You're so close. Just get... Okay, fine. Move forward. We're going to move forward and just try to kill them. They just keep backing up over here. It's random what direction they go. This is admittedly a little on the unlucky side. I'm going to taunt these guys just to try and soften some of them up. Draw them forward a little bit. Here comes some more. All right, that's most of the horde. We'll taunt them again in 3, 2, wait. And that actually might be the last one of them. Let's find out. Send some help. Maybe I don't even have to go chase them down. Maybe it's fine. Let's see. Yep, that was actually it. Okay, cool. Great, that was perfect. I was kind of worried I was going to have to break my own build order to show you how this works. So now I just have to maintain 70% morale, which is no problem. We're easily going to hit that because I already am at 100%. So all we have to do is just sit back and wait, and we win. So yeah, I mean, you can try to clear this island out and hold this as a choke point, but you don't need to. As long as you're willing to sacrifice this area as soon as you gathered everything you need, it's really not that bad. We got 5 stars on this on the first level of this campaign. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, not bad at all. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you enjoyed, please consider hitting that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.